So, today we discuss Leonard Wishart potentials. So, Leonard Wishart potentials, we can use these potentials to calculate the V scalar retarded scalar potential and a retarded vector potential A of a point charge or any densities, charge densities or current density. Okay. So, in electrodynamics, these charges is varies with the time. These charges varies with the time. Consider a point charge Q is moving on a specified trajectory. Is moving on a specified trajectory. Wt indicates the position of Q at the time t. Okay. Then the scalar retarded potential is becomes V of r comma t, V of r comma t, which is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught integration rho of r prime comma tr divided by curly r into d tau prime. Here we discussing about the point charge q. For a point charge q with the moment, the potential is simply V is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught q by curly r. So, curly r is the distance between the source to field. Here the charge is rest, charge is in rest. Okay. Next, for static case, means the charge is in rest, q is equal to integration, so it is volume integral rho of r prime comma tr d tau prime, rho of r prime comma tr d tau prime. Here charge is in rest, so tr becomes 0, retarded time becomes 0. Then q is equal to integral rho of r prime is the position of the charge, d tau prime is the volume containing charges. So, r is constant for the static case. Here the charge is in rest. For the case of electrodynamics, so here charge is not a constant, means charge is not a moving. Oh, sorry. Here charge is moving. Okay. In this case, so the volume integral rho of r prime comma tr into d tau prime is not equal to charge of the particle, is not equal to the charge of the particle. Okay. Why this happens? Because the charge is moving. So, this volume integral can be calculated at the retarded time tr, can be calculated at the time tr. Okay. So, this charge can be calculated of a charge of a configuration, total charge of a configuration. So, you must integrate rho over the entire distribution at one instant of time. But here the total integral can be calculated at the time retarded time, at the particular time tr. Okay. So, using this integral we can calculate the total charge. So, this charge is this charge configuration is moving. So, because of moving, the entire picture is distorted. So, we don't get the particular values of the integral. So the integral can be calculated at the distorted time because of the moving of the charge. So this happens for a number of charges present in the some volume. Okay, so you can see in Maxwell's electrodynamics, so these formulas, we have four formulas: Gauss law and Faraday's law, Ampere's law, and another divergence of B is equal to 0. So all our equations have these equations are made up of charge densities and the current densities. So in electrodynamics, the charge distribution is we can calculate the electric field and magnetic field due to these densities. So in electrodynamics, these densities means these charges are moving with particular velocity v. So that's why these this problem arises due to the speed of the charges. So volume integral rho of r prime tr into d tau prime, which is not equal to q because of the movement of the charge. For a particular single charge, so this problem is eliminated. Single charge, this problem is eliminated. For a charge density, so there is a problem. Okay, so that's why we have a correction to the charges. So integral rho of r prime comma tr, rho of r prime comma tr into d tau prime, which is equal to q times, means q divided by 1 minus r cap dot v divided by c. So this is the correction due to the movement of the charges. So this correction is made by Leonard and Wichard. So for proof for this correction, so in electrodynamics, the introduction to electrodynamics by Griffith give an example for this proof. You can see here a train is moving. When the observer is look at the moving train. So this train is approaches to the observer. So this is the obvious case we can see in the daily life. You will not have noticed it. For obvious reason. So in this case, the approaching train is look lengthier than the rest train. Because the caboose means the train end part of the train is a caboose. You can see this is the caboose. So light from the caboose is received by the observer. Simultaneously, the light observed by the observer from the caboose and engine of the train, the caboose emit the light moves faster than the engine. So so this train is already in motion. So it has a extra time. Or it moves extra distance. So L dash is the extra distance. L is the actual length of the train. You can see in the figure. So this is L dash and this is L. So L dash due to the the light received by the observer from the cobos. So already this is train is moving, so that's why this length L dash is more than less than L dash is more than L. Okay, so here there is a formula. So L dash is the greater length, L is smaller length. So L dash divided by L dash divided by C gives the time. L dash divided by C gives the time. So which is equal to L dash minus L divided by B. So L dash minus L gives the distance traveled by the train with the speed V. So L dash minus L gives the distance traveled by the train divided by V, it gives the time. So L dash by C, which is equal to L dash minus L divided by V. Okay, so L dash which is equal to L divided by 1 minus Vc. So this is the extra length due to this reason, because of the light, because of the light. Okay, so this is the obvious case, you will not have noticed it. Okay, next, in case the observer observe the train with certain angle theta, so what happens to the length of the train? So you can see in this diagram, so there is a observer, this is the observer. So look at the observe the train moving. So there is a angle between the V and the observer, r cap. So V is the velocity of the train. So there is an angle between the V and R. So R is the distance between the cobos to the observer. Okay, so it gives the some expression, so like this, L dash cos theta divided by C, which is equal to L dash minus L divided by V. So L dash cos theta, so theta is the angle between the train and the observer. So L dash cos theta is the distance traveled by the train divided by C, which is equal to L dash minus L divided by V. So this time both are equal. This is the time which gives time, and this is time. So both are equal. Then L dash, the extra length L dash, which is equal to L divided by 1 minus V cos theta C. V cos theta C. So when the observer is observe the motion of the train perpendicular to the velocity, so means theta is equal to 90 degree, so it gives no change, L dash which is equal to L, it gives no effect in the length. So next, so this is the proof for this equation, this one, the correction factor 1 minus 1 divided by 1 minus r cap dot V by C. So this is the correction factor. Okay, next we apply this correction factor to the scalar and vector retarded potentials. Scalar and vector retarded potentials. Okay, next. Wait a minute. Okay, here, so T dash, tau dash, actually tau dash is the volume. So volume of the moving charges. So we have a volume of charges. So T dash is the moving charges and T is the actual charges. Tau. Consider this is tau dash and this is tau. Tau dash is the volume of charges it is moving, means appearing volume, and tau is the actual volume. So this is the due to the correction factor. So tau dash, which is equal to tau divided by 1 minus r cap dot v by c. Tau dash, which is equal to tau divided by 1 minus r cap dot c, because in the previous step, so in this page we can see cos theta, v cos theta. So theta is the angle between the v and r cap. So I write cos theta v, which is equal to r cap dot v. We can write v cos theta, which is equal to r cap dot v. Okay. So I can substitute this v cos theta is equal to r cap dot v in this equation. So in this equation, so we get r cap dot v by c. Next, consider the charge is moving the specified trajectory. The charge is moving in a specified trajectory. So we can calculate the potential, scalar potential at retarded time is determined. So r minus WTR, is nothing but the curly r. You can see r is the field position, WTR gives the position of the charge at retarded time. So which is equal to C times T minus TR. T indicates the potential at field position, curly small letter r, potential at field position, small letter r, and TR is the time at the charge, means retarded time. So retarded time, charges are present in a specified distance. Okay, so it gives, this is curly r and this is nothing but the curly r. C into T gives the r and minus C into TR gives the WTR. So curly r. So both equations are equal. Next we move on to next page. So in this page you can see, so this is the trajectory of the point charge Q. So this is the field position and this is the source position. WTR gives the position of the charge at time t. So this is the source position and this is the field position. Curly r is it gives the distance between source to field. And here the charge is moving. Okay, from this diagram, so we calculate here the motion of the charge. So we have number of retarded potentials we can calculate it. So in this case, consider two retarded time T1 and T2. Curly R1 and curly R2 gives the distance between the retarded position retarded position 1 to the field position and retarded position 2 to the field position. So R1 is equal to C into time T minus T1, R2 which is equal to C times T minus T2. Okay. So from this we can calculate the difference between the R1 and R2 using this equation R1 minus R2 divided by C times T2 minus T1. So how it comes, because we using this equation R1 is equal to C times T minus T1. So we can calculate the difference between the retarded time T1 and T2. Next, so we calculated the correction factor. So I am forgetting another interesting point. I am not telling the situation of this figure. So this is for the approaching train. When the train leaves from the observer, so we have the relation L dash, which is equal to L divided by 1 plus V by C. 1 plus V by C gives the, so when the leaving train is shorter than the axial train, the length is shorter than the axial train. When the approaching train, for the case of approaching train, the approaching train length of the approaching train is more than the actual length of the train. So this is the case. I am forgetting telling in the, okay. Next, we move on to the next. So then we calculate the Lennard-Wiechert potentials. So we already use the value of the volume integral rho of r prime comma tr into dt prime, which is equal to q divided by 1 minus r cap dot v by c 1 over 1 minus r cap v by c is give the correction for the charge. So substitute the density rho, the volume integral rho of r prime tr into theta prime, which is equal to q divided by 1 minus r cap dot v by c in this equation, retarded scalar potentials. So substitute the value of the integral, this one. So the value of this one, which is equal to q divided by 1 minus r cap dot v by c. So substitute the values. So it gives like this. After simplification, it gives v of r comma t, which is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught q by c divided by curly r c minus r dot v. In this case, so here curly r is a scalar. And the curly r cap is a unit vector. It gives only direction. So r cap, it gives only magnitude. So r into r cap gives the vector r. You can see r into r cap gives the vector r. So here a dot product because of the cos theta, because of the angle of observation. So r dot v. So here there is a curly r, this is only the magnitude, there is no direction. Okay. Next. So finally we get the scalar retarded potential after the correction factor. So v of r comma t, which is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught times qc divided by rc minus r dot v. So this is the scalar retarded potentials. Next we calculate the vector retarded potential. So A of r comma t, which is equal to mu naught divided by 4 pi j of r comma tr divided by curly r into theta prime, curly r into theta prime. Okay, so here j is called the current density. So we can write current density which is equal to rho times v. Rho is called the charge density, v is the speed of the charges. So q rho into v, which is nothing but I or nothing but j. Okay, so replace j which is equal to rho times v. Then the equation becomes a which is equal to mu naught divided by 4 pi integral volume integral rho of rho prime, so r prime tr v at tr. So velocity at retarded position. So here we calculate the retarded potential. So here we evaluate the integral, volume integral at retarded position. Okay, so we can choose velocity at retarded time. So v of tr divided by curly r into theta prime. So here v is constant, take outside from the integral mu naught divided by v divided by 4 pi curly r volume integral rho of r prime tr into theta prime. So we already know the values of this one. So this is nothing but q divided by 1 minus r cap dot v divided by c. Okay, substitute the values. So a of r comma t which is equal to mu naught divided by v 4 pi curly r q divided by 1 minus r cap dot v divided by c. Then multiply 1 over rho inside the bracket. So we get curly r into 1. So take LCM c. So we get c qcv divided by, after simplification we get this equation qcv. So here v multiply v inside the bracket, so qcv. So here multiply v and curly r, 1 over curly r, 1 over curly r into the bracket. We get a of r comma t which is equal to mu naught divided by 4 pi qcv divided by curly r c r dot v. Here r is a vector, position vector from source to field, and v is the velocity of the charge at retarded time. Keep it in your mind. So v is the velocity of the charge, and here v is the potential, capital V is the potential, small letter v is the speed of the charge. Next we move on to next page. So we calculated the potentials. V of r comma t which is equal to 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught qc divided by curly r c minus r dot p. This is equation number 1. And a of r comma t which is equal to mu naught divided by 4 pi qcv divided by curly r c minus r dot p, which is equal to